For decades, European market leadership was synonymous with luxury brands, oil giants, or established industrial conglomerates. However, a significant shift has occurred. As of late 2023, and continuing into 2024, a pharmaceutical company, Novo Nordisk, has ascended to become Europe's most valuable publicly traded company. This Danish titan, once primarily known for insulin, now commands a market capitalization exceeding even some of the continent's largest tech and luxury players. This ascent represents not just a corporate success story, but a profound transformation driven by scientific innovation in metabolic diseases. Novo Nordisk's story begins over a century ago in Denmark, rooted in a life-saving discovery. In the 1920s, the groundbreaking isolation of insulin by Canadian scientists offered a lifeline to millions with diabetes. Two separate Danish companies, Nordisk Insulin Laboratorium and Novo Nordisk Laboratorium, emerged almost simultaneously, dedicated to producing and distributing this revolutionary medicine. These early ventures, founded by brothers Harald and August Krogh, and physician H.C. Hagedorn respectively, laid the foundational mission to conquer diabetes and improve the lives of patients worldwide through scientific advancement. For much of the 20th century, the combined entity, formed in 1989 as Novo Nordisk, cemented its position as a global leader in diabetes care, primarily through insulin production. The company consistently innovated, developing better delivery systems, such as pen devices, and more advanced insulin formulations that offered improved control and patient convenience. This dedication ensured a steady revenue stream and established a deep expertise in metabolic diseases. Their commitment to diabetes patients became the cornerstone of their identity and corporate strategy, defining their research and development efforts for generations. However, by the late 20th and early 21st centuries, Novo Nordisk recognized that diabetes management required a broader approach. Simply providing insulin, while crucial, did not address the full spectrum of complications associated with the disease, nor did it tackle the rising global prevalence of type 2 diabetes and its close associate, obesity. This realization prompted a strategic re-evaluation, steering the company toward exploring novel drug classes that could offer more comprehensive metabolic control, aiming to improve cardiovascular outcomes and address weight gain, which are often comorbid conditions. The pivot gained momentum with the exploration of incretin mimetics, particularly glucagon-like peptide-1, GLP-1, receptor agonists. This class of drugs works by mimicking the action of natural hormones in the body, stimulating insulin release in a glucose-dependent manner, suppressing glucagon secretion, slowing gastric emptying, and promoting a feeling of fullness. The potential for these compounds to not only manage blood sugar but also induce weight loss and offer cardiovascular benefits opened up a vast new therapeutic avenue, fundamentally changing how scientists viewed diabetes and obesity treatment. Novo Nordisk's first significant success in the GLP-1 class came with liraglutide, approved under the brand name Victoza for type 2 diabetes in 2010. Clinical trials demonstrated its efficacy in lowering blood glucose and, notably, showed a beneficial effect on weight reduction and cardiovascular risk factors. This drug provided crucial proof of concept for the therapeutic potential of GLP-1 agonists beyond just glycemic control. It marked a turning point, signaling Novo Nordisk's capability to innovate in a new, high-growth area of metabolic medicine. Building on liraglutide's weight loss properties, Novo Nordisk pursued a higher dose formulation specifically for chronic weight management. This led to the approval of Saxenda in 2014. This move was audacious, as effective pharmaceutical treatments for obesity were scarce and often fraught with side effects. Saxenda represented Novo Nordisk's deliberate and significant entry into the global obesity market, signaling a commitment to treating obesity as a chronic disease, not merely a lifestyle issue. It positioned the company as a pioneer in a largely underserved therapeutic area. While liraglutide paved the way, the true game-changer was semaglutide. Developed internally by Novo Nordisk, semaglutide offered several critical advantages, It had a longer half-life, allowing for once-weekly dosing compared to liraglutide's daily injections, significantly improving patient adherence and convenience. This improved pharmacokinetic profile translated into even greater efficacy for both blood sugar control and, crucially, weight loss. The scientific community recognized semaglutide as a significant advancement, promising a new era in metabolic disease management. Semaglutide first launched as Ozempic in 2017, initially approved for the treatment of type 2 diabetes. Clinical trials, notably the SUSTAIN and PIONEER programs, showcased its superior efficacy in lowering HbA1c levels compared to many existing therapies. Beyond glycemic control, Ozempic also demonstrated significant cardiovascular benefits, reducing the risk of major adverse cardiovascular events in patients with established heart disease. This made it not just another diabetes drug, but a comprehensive treatment offering substantial health advantages. While originally for diabetes, observations during Ozempic's clinical trials and real-world use began to highlight its profound effect on weight loss. Patients often reported significant reductions in body weight, prompting further dedicated research. The STEP clinical trial program, specifically designed to investigate semaglutide's efficacy in obesity, yielded striking results. Participants achieved an average weight loss far exceeding what was typically seen with other anti-obesity medications, generating immense excitement within the medical community and beyond. Building on the compelling weight loss data, Novo Nordisk secured FDA approval for a higher-dose formulation of semaglutide specifically for chronic weight management in 2021. This product, branded as Wegovy, marked a monumental moment for the treatment of obesity. With Wegovy, semaglutide became the first new prescription weight loss medication approved since 2014, and its efficacy profile set a new benchmark, offering a powerful tool for individuals struggling with a chronic, relapsing disease. This solidified Novo Nordisk's leadership in the rapidly expanding obesity market. Beyond its medical efficacy, Ozempic garnered unprecedented public attention, propelled by social media. Viral trends on platforms like TikTok saw users, including celebrities, sharing their weight loss experiences, leading to widespread interest and discussion. This organic, yet explosive, marketing phenomenon, though not entirely driven by Novo Nordisk, rapidly amplified awareness of semaglutide's weight loss effects, even for those without diabetes. This created a massive, unforeseen demand, leading to significant off-label prescriptions and, eventually, supply chain challenges. The astronomical demand for Ozempic and Wegovy translated directly into unprecedented financial growth for Novo Nordisk. Sales figures surged, with the GLP-1 segment quickly becoming the company's primary revenue driver. Analysts across the financial sector scrambled to revise their forecasts upwards, acknowledging the revolutionary impact of semaglutide on the company's balance sheet. This period marked a critical inflection point, transforming a steady, established pharmaceutical company into a fast-growing, high-valuation enterprise. The financial success of semaglutide propelled Novo Nordisk's market capitalization to stratospheric levels. In September 2023, the company officially surpassed luxury giant LVMH Moët Hennessy Louis Vuitton to become Europe's most valuable company. This was not a fleeting moment but a sustained position, with its valuation continuing to climb, demonstrating investor confidence in its product pipeline and the vast potential of the obesity and diabetes markets. This valuation placed it among a select group of global megacap companies, often associated with the tech sector. To illustrate the scale of this financial transformation, consider the reported revenues. According to Novo Nordisk's financial statements, their sales growth has been remarkable. In 2020, prior to Wegovy's launch and before Ozempic's viral explosion, total sales stood at approximately 126.9 billion Danish krone. By 2023, just a few years later, that figure had surged to an estimated 232.3 billion Danish krone, a near doubling, with the vast majority of this increase attributable to their GLP-1 portfolio. This data underscores the profound market impact. The sudden, immense demand for semaglutide presented a colossal challenge: scaling manufacturing. Novo Nordisk embarked on an aggressive expansion plan, investing billions into new production facilities and upgrading existing ones globally, particularly in Denmark and the US. Manufacturing these complex biological drugs, particularly in pre-filled pen injectors, requires highly specialized infrastructure, stringent quality control, and significant lead times. The company faced, and continues to manage, intense pressure to meet global supply, often leading to temporary shortages in various markets. The unprecedented demand created significant strain on Novo Nordisk's global supply chain. Reports from various countries highlighted shortages of both Ozempic and Wegovy, impacting patients who rely on these medications. While the company has steadily increased production capacity, the sheer volume required to satisfy both the diabetes and the rapidly expanding obesity market has been immense. This situation has necessitated careful allocation strategies and transparent communication with healthcare providers and patients regarding availability, underscoring the delicate balance of innovation and logistics. Central to Novo Nordisk's long-term success is its relentless investment in research and development. The company dedicates a significant portion of its revenue to R&D, exploring new molecules, optimizing existing ones, and investigating novel delivery mechanisms. This commitment extends beyond GLP-1 agonists, encompassing other innovative approaches to diabetes, obesity, and rare endocrine and blood disorders. Their robust pipeline ensures a continuous stream of potential future blockbusters, reinforcing their position as a leader in metabolic science. The journey from a promising molecule in a lab to an approved medication is arduous and lengthy, typically spanning over a decade and costing billions. Novo Nordisk's success hinges on navigating this complex process effectively. It involves initial discovery and preclinical testing, followed by rigorous clinical trials across multiple phases, each designed to assess safety, efficacy, and optimal dosing in human subjects. Only a fraction of compounds that enter preclinical development ever reach regulatory approval, highlighting the company's strong capabilities in drug development. Novo Nordisk is not merely a company within Denmark, it is a cornerstone of the nation's economy and a central pillar of its thriving biotech and pharmaceutical ecosystem. Its success has fostered a strong talent pool, attracted significant foreign investment, and spurred the growth of numerous spin-off companies and research institutions. The company collaborates closely with Danish universities and research centers, creating a synergistic environment that drives innovation and maintains Denmark's reputation as a global leader in life sciences. This symbiotic relationship is crucial for continued growth. The evolution of diabetes treatment within Novo Nordisk exemplifies a shift in medical paradigms. Historically, insulin therapy focused on replacing the hormone to control blood glucose. While life-saving, it often came with challenges like hypoglycemia and weight gain. GLP-1 agonists, however, represent a new generation. They not only improve glycemic control by stimulating natural insulin production but also offer additional benefits like weight loss, cardiovascular protection, and a lower risk of hypoglycemia compared to insulin. This represents a move from mere symptom management to a more comprehensive disease modification approach. The widespread adoption and off-label use of Ozempic, particularly for weight loss, has put considerable strain on healthcare systems globally. Doctors report increased patient inquiries, navigating conversations about appropriate use, insurance coverage, and managing expectations. Prescribing practices have been scrutinized, with calls for clearer guidelines. Insurers grapple with the escalating costs of covering these expensive medications, leading to debates about formulary restrictions and access, highlighting the tension between medical innovation and healthcare affordability. Novo Nordisk's strategic focus on obesity addresses a pressing global public health crisis. According to the World Health Organization, obesity rates have nearly tripled since 1975, contributing to a myriad of serious health complications including type 2 diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and certain cancers. The economic burden of obesity, including direct medical costs and lost productivity, runs into trillions of dollars globally. Effective pharmacological interventions like Wegovy are therefore seen as critical tools in a multifaceted approach to combat this epidemic, offering hope where few effective options existed. The data on obesity prevalence paints a stark picture of the challenge these medications aim to address. According to the World Health Organization, in 2022, over 1 billion people globally were living with obesity, including 650 million adults, 340 million adolescents, and 39 million children. Projections suggest that by 2030, this number could rise to 1.9 billion adults, with severe obesity affecting 650 million. These staggering figures underscore the immense public health need and the scale of the market opportunity that Novo Nordisk is tapping into with its effective treatments. Innovation at Novo Nordisk extends beyond injectable therapies. The company successfully developed an oral formulation of Semaglutide, branded as Rybelsus, approved for type 2 diabetes. This breakthrough in drug delivery allows patients to take a daily pill rather than an injection, significantly enhancing convenience and potentially expanding accessibility. While currently approved for diabetes, the success of oral semaglutide opens avenues for future oral treatments for obesity, representing another frontier in patient-centric drug development and a potential blockbuster. Novo Nordisk's research pipeline remains robust, focusing on next-generation GLP-1 agonists and combination therapies. This includes investigating dual agonists, which target multiple pathways like GLP-1 and GIP, glucose-dependent insulinotropic polypeptide, potentially offering even greater efficacy. They are also exploring once-daily oral versions of higher-dose semaglutide for obesity, and other novel targets for metabolic disorders. This continuous innovation is critical to maintaining their competitive edge and ensuring sustained growth in a rapidly evolving scientific landscape. Novo Nordisk's success has not gone unnoticed. The lucrative GLP-1 and obesity markets are attracting fierce competition, most notably from Eli Lilly. Lilly's tirzepatide, marketed as Mounjaro for diabetes and Zepbound for weight loss, is a dual GIP/GLP-1 agonist that has shown even greater average weight loss in clinical trials than semaglutide. This escalating rivalry pushes both companies to innovate further, promising even more effective treatments for patients but also intensifying the battle for market share and future revenue streams. When comparing the clinical efficacy of semaglutide, Ozempic/Wegovy, and tirzepatide, Mounjaro/Zepbound, for weight loss, notable differences emerge. In head-to-head trials, tirzepatide has demonstrated numerically superior weight reduction. For instance, in the SURMOUNT-1 trial for tirzepatide, participants achieved up to 22.5% weight loss with the highest dose, compared to approximately 15 to 17% typically seen with semaglutide in similar obesity trials. This suggests that while both are highly effective, the dual agonist approach of tirzepatide may offer an incremental advantage in weight management. Protecting its intellectual property is paramount for Novo Nordisk. Patents on semaglutide, its formulations, and specific delivery devices are critical assets that shield the company from generic competition for many years. These patents allow Novo Nordisk to recoup its massive R&D investments and generate substantial profits. However, as patent expiry dates loom further in the future, the company will face increased pressure from biosimilar manufacturers, necessitating continuous innovation to stay ahead and maintain its market dominance. Legal battles over patent infringement are common in this sector. The high cost of cutting-edge obesity and diabetes medications like Ozempic and Wegovy raises significant ethical questions regarding access and equity. While these drugs offer life-changing benefits, their substantial price tag can make them inaccessible to many, especially in lower-income countries or for those without robust insurance coverage. Critics argue that pharmaceutical companies have a responsibility to ensure broader access to essential medicines. Novo Nordisk faces ongoing scrutiny to balance its profit motives with its stated mission of improving health globally. Novo Nordisk has publicly committed to corporate social responsibility initiatives, particularly concerning diabetes care in underserved communities. Through programs like the city's Changing Diabetes Partnership and efforts to provide insulin at affordable prices in low and middle-income countries, the company aims to address global health disparities. However, these efforts are often juxtaposed against the high prices of their newer, highly profitable drugs in wealthier markets. The company continuously navigates this complex landscape, aiming to demonstrate its commitment to global health while driving shareholder value. For investors, the key question is whether Novo Nordisk can sustain its phenomenal growth. Analysts largely remain optimistic, citing the vast, untapped potential of the global obesity market and the company's strong pipeline. However, concerns include increasing competition, potential for regulatory changes regarding drug pricing, and the challenges of continuously scaling manufacturing. The company's ability to diversify beyond GLP-1s and maintain its innovation edge will be crucial for long-term shareholder value and its continued status as a market titan. The transformation of Novo Nordisk also highlights a broader trend, the ascendance of biotech as a tech sector. As industry analysts like Dr. Sarah Chen of BioVentures Capital often remark, the distinction between biotech and tech is blurring. Biotech innovation, fueled by data science, AI, and complex engineering, is now delivering transformative, high-growth products at a pace once exclusive to Silicon Valley. Novo Nordisk exemplifies this fusion, using cutting-edge science and precision manufacturing to disrupt healthcare on a global scale. This perspective frames their valuation not just as a pharma story, but as a technological one. The classification of Novo Nordisk as Europe's most valuable tech company, despite its pharmaceutical roots, reflects a fundamental re-evaluation of what tech truly encompasses. Modern drug development, particularly in biotechnology, relies heavily on advanced computational biology, artificial intelligence for drug discovery, precision engineering for delivery systems, and sophisticated data analytics for clinical trials. This convergence of disciplines makes biotech companies, like Novo Nordisk, highly innovative, capital-intensive, and capable of generating exponential growth and disruption, much like traditional tech giants. Novo Nordisk is actively investing in digital health solutions and artificial intelligence to further enhance its drug discovery and patient management efforts. Collaborations with tech firms and internal data science initiatives aim to leverage big data from patient registries, wearables, and genomic research to identify new therapeutic targets, personalize treatments, and optimize drug development timelines. This embrace of digital transformation reinforces their tech identity, positioning them for continued innovation in a healthcare landscape increasingly shaped by data and advanced analytics. Looking ahead, the landscape of weight management is poised for further evolution, with Novo Nordisk at its forefront. The future likely involves more personalized medicine approaches, combining genetic insights with lifestyle interventions and highly tailored pharmacological therapies. Research into combination therapies, potentially involving multiple GLP-1 variants or drugs acting on different satiety pathways, promises even greater efficacy and sustainability of weight loss. This continuous pursuit of enhanced patient outcomes is what drives the company's long-term vision and market strategy. The spectacular rise of Novo Nordisk has had a profound impact on the Danish economy. The company now accounts for a substantial portion of Denmark's stock market value and contributes significantly to its GDP, exports, and tax revenues. Its success has bolstered investor confidence in the entire Danish market, leading to a stronger krone and influencing national economic indicators. This powerful corporate performance highlights how a single, innovative company can become a driving force for an entire nation's prosperity and global standing. Novo Nordisk's journey from a century-old insulin producer to Europe's most valuable company is a testament to strategic vision, relentless innovation, and scientific prowess. Their pivot from a narrow focus on diabetes to a broader attack on metabolic diseases, particularly obesity, represents a paradigm shift in pharmaceutical strategy. By harnessing the power of GLP-1 agonists, they not only transformed their own corporate destiny but also reshaped the global healthcare landscape, offering new hope and effective treatments to millions. Their story is a powerful illustration of how deep scientific research, when combined with market foresight, can create extraordinary value and profoundly impact human health.